What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Don't really need the cold trap. Pardon me, what you saw me adding dry ice to there. Not at this point really in the distillation. We're so far away in fraction now that it shouldn't really be. There really shouldn't be anything that could possibly go to the pump other than maybe what's cut right here, which is why I keep this cold, because of course I don't want this to pull its way up into the pump. So, but as far as pulling anything new over, nah, we're pretty much past that. And it says publish. Let's see if we can see us. How's everybody doing? Got a pump running, stir table running, a couple of things going here, so the noise might not be ideal. But let's see, that's and all right, here we go. So we are live on Patreon, but for everybody. And I think I got to adjust my tripod here a little bit. Sorry, guys. I had this set up for a specific angle. Anyway. All right. I know we're kind of popping out at you. No real notice or anything. But just wanted to come at you guys and say that, gosh, I hope you can see me. Anyway, just wanted to come at you and say hello, and not only bring you in the middle of a very, very large, which I know what's crazy looks on camera like it's very purple. It is a little rosé, but it's anyway. I'm having some pH issues, which I will be solving these pH issues. It seems like I might be having some Wi-Fi issues as well while we're speaking of issues. It might be a little much for it to go through the Patreon page. Also, considering that I've been trying to upload my latest video to YouTube for Patreon for 3 days, I'm convinced that YouTube is over it. Which I get that, they're not getting that piece anymore or whatever. But having said that, for those of you that are here or that are patrons, I hope you have had a chance to check out Let's Make a Diamond Miner. We do go back in at the end of that video and check out the jar after a little bit more time. And I can tell you now, I've already checked the jar again after another 3 days, and I plan on checking it again tonight after, because at the end of those 3 days, we did see a little bit of growth, but I did see a little bit of growth, but not what I was looking for, so we have the PSI. But we talked about all that and I recorded it, so we'll put that together in a video whenever that jar is finally finished. But this is really just a quick stream for me to tell you that that's hopefully enjoyable to you. Hopefully you can get something out of that. The a short path distillation video I'm shooting this week. I have a couple of these going on. This one has been quite the bear, and to be honest with you, there have been 2 things already that have happened that I really wish I would have been recording, because it would have been either great odds and ends content, or maybe even, you know, I don't know how often it would come up, but some pretty good short path distillation content at least. Having said that, the odds and ends video, I deleted and reattempted to upload and 5 or 6 times at my house where my bandwidth is great. Up here, I've done it twice already. The last time I checked, it was about 39 or 40% uploaded, I think. I don't know how much processing has to be done after that, but anyway, this is what we do over here. We talk about how we got to here, what temperatures are important at the head, and what temperatures are important at this mantle. The depth of vacuum, which I'm reading on this digital gauge here, why that's important, how I can get beautiful, what looks like beautiful distillate, but really is truly heads, and then get such an incredibly clear rain fraction that the tiniest amount of oxidation that's occurred it causes this rosé to, it looks like all throughout it, but it's actually, if you look at it at the right angle, it's crazy. You can see it's a teeny tiny little, almost like a purple ring of death, I guess you should say. But anyway, other than that, over here on Patreon, we closed loop extraction, butane hash oil extraction. From that same closed loop system, I make crude oil, which we submerge or dissolve in ethanol, and then we freeze it in a cryo freezer, filter that or winterize it, and then we, in the little bit of the machine you can see there off to your left, we recover the ethanol. And then, after recovering the ethanol, we distill. That's just making distillate. Over here, we also talk about all the different post-processing techniques that I use to make all the different products I make from BHO, as well as the things that then are eventually made from distillate, which really is a pretty labor-intensive process when you think about starting all the way from a BHO extraction and going all the way to here, and then taking this and starting to divide it up and flavor it and whatever, fill cartridges, whatever you're going to do. But it's basically all tutorial, attempting to be tutorial, and the live streams are basically just going to be live Q&A and a little more chill. Live from the lab is live from the lab, so it's a little more work than chill. But having said that, it should be a good time. All sorts of different pricing structures offering all sorts of different benefits, but really what it breaks down to is, if you just want to see the patron-only posted content videos, the patron-only live streams, which this is an open one, the next one will also be open, and then we're clamping it down. If you just want access to those 2 things, really, then that's New Recruit. That's $3 a month. At $5 a month, you get those things, plus you get the ability to have your question or any comment, concern, question, etc. addressed or answered. However, whatever I can do, whatever opinion I can dump on it. Live on YouTube every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time in a series we call 710 Opinions. And if you're wondering why I keep staring at this, it's because I got to get to the hot one quick, so we're going to have to call this the heat gun quick. We're going to have to call this guy. But the $5 range gets you patron-only content, live stream, patron-only live stream, and as well as your question answered in our weekly live stream, which we do on YouTube, which is open to everybody. However, your questions are answered first. If I run out of patron-only questions, then we go to some questions that I get to from YouTube. But I'll be honest with you, I actually haven't been able to do that yet. So, aside from that, when we get up a little further than that, as soon as at any level above the $5 level, which you guys can check out, patreon.com/the710extractions. But any level above the $5 level starts to include one-on-one time with me. It's typically anywhere from like 15 to 30 minutes, and then it's usually not a longer amount of time than maybe 30 minutes, depending on, unless you go to a really high tier, which is, that's basically you have me on retainer for consultation. But at a normal tier, you have the ability to one-on-one with me, whether it be through a telephone call or a video chat or whatever you like to do. But usually at least 30 minutes, and if you're a little further up there, it's 30 minutes every so often as 30 minutes once a month, every month. And then of course there's the elite boys, which have all of that, plus my personal cell phone number, so they can basically call me with really any question or any idea they might have that they might want to bounce off of me, any way, shape, or form that they think I can help. They can just text me. Not necessarily for everybody, and I get that. But thick, gross, clear, yeesh. Anyway, we opened our little vlog here at the neck, so I have a little bit more time, but it will back up here soon. So, again, processes on the closed loop content, like building the diamond miner, which you'll see is the most recent post. Patron only pre-gaming content to the 710 Opinions live stream on YouTube. Patron only live streams. Distillation tutorials, winterization tutorials, closed loop, as I mentioned, again, tutorials, multiple post-processing tutorials, and solventless content as well. So, if any of that sounds of interest to you, come check me out. Again, you can browse the page for $3 and see everything. And if you're interested in having a specific question answered, or maybe even some one-on-one time, check out those other tiers. Let me know how I can help. And as we move forward with these patron-only live streams, they will be scheduled pretty far out in advance, and even to the point that I will try my best, according to my production schedule, to, if I can't give you a week, if we can't stick to a scheduled time each week, or close to it, if we can't do a scheduled time each week, then I'll try and give you at least a week's advance, a week's notice of when I think, will be the day that I'll be running, etc., and we'll be able to go live from the lab, patron only. So, not sure if I can just not see your comments here. I can just not see anyone's comments because there's nobody watching this. Because it's unlisted on YouTube. And that's more than likely what's going on. So, for those of you that see this after the fact, or for those of you that follow the link in any one of the Instagram posts or YouTube shorts, whatever it is, come check me out. There's a lot to learn. I'm constantly encountering situations here in the lab that I just break out the tripod and we fix it. I don't start by breaking out the tripod. Usually it starts with me like kind of freaking out a little bit, and then when I figure out what I can do to fix it, if it's appropriate and time appropriate, etc., then we break out the tripod and we fix it together. Most recently, let's build a diamond miner. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna get back to it. I hope you have some time to check it out. And other than that, again, when my bandwidth does allow, or whenever YouTube allows, the first odds and ends video will be up. And that is more content that, just like this live stream, is open to everyone. The odds and ends series, I already have probably enough content shot to edit the second and third episode. So I guess I need to get on that this weekend. But that series will always be open to the public. And again, the next live stream through Patreon will be open to the public. But after that, we'll be clamping it down to patrons only. And I hope to see you there. Have a wonderful day, guys.